Starting off giving all glory, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. This is Kyle coming in with another lesson, man. Today, we're going to get on a few topics. We're mostly dealing with Matthew, the 24th chapter. And I titled this Great Tribulation, Gathering of Elect, Son of Man, all quoted verses or quoted words out of this chapter. And I'm gonna read a few. I got a few articles, you know what I'm saying, dealing with some, like I said, some various topics. Really being on the same topic, if you want to be exact. We're going to start off, though. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then there should be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And when it say to this time, it means to this time. The times that we in right now, what we're going through right now. Verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. And I was edified on that verse about like a few years back, you know what I'm saying, talking to Yahweh Kanan. He kind of broke that verse down to me. When I asked him, like, man, it seemed like the days like getting short, like going fast, you know what I'm saying, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like he brought that verse out to me, you know what I'm saying. And then really the whole Matthew 24 chapter, man, like, if I could, I would bring the whole thing out today, but, you know, you can edify yourself on that chapter off, you know, just kind of off the things, the verses I'm going to bring out from that chapter. But that whole chapter is getting into, you know, it gets into a lot of things that we should see, that we should expect to see, you know what I'm saying, the things that's going on right now. So the first news article, and Shalaki on this, but don't you hate when you bring out a lesson, man, and I'm about to bring out this lesson and the motherfuckers just distracting, man. Motherfuckers just be real distracting. It make me just want to pause and wait till they finish saying or doing what they want to do and get them out the way. But it's like you on that, you feel me? But the first article I'm gonna bring out is let's see. This is from Wednesday, June 16th, 2021. So that was from 4 days ago. And it says, sweltering Texans urged to reduce cooking and cleaning to ease grid strain, okay? See that? That's the title. Read it again. Sweltering Texans urged to reduce cooking and cleaning to ease grid strain. Because it has been around 105 degrees, car thermometer, external temp 110 degrees, 109 degrees in Texas, all right now. It ain't even July yet, it's June. As temperatures rise to unseasonably warm levels across Texas this week, its citizens are being asked to use less energy on basics like cooking and washing clothes to ease strain on the state's power grid that is struggling to generate enough electricity to cope with the high temperatures. The move triggers memories for many Texans of the cold snap in the winter, which is in February, a few months, like 4 or 5 months ago, that incapacitated much of the state's power infrastructure and raises fears that Texans and other U.S. states are not prepared to deal with the extreme weather events that come with the global climate crisis. The last paragraph in this article, the authority running the Texas power grid has asked Texans to set thermostats to 78 degrees or higher, turn off lights and pool pumps, and avoid using large appliances such as ovens, washing machines, and dryers. These bastards don't even want you to wash and dry your clothes. These bastards don't even want you to be able to cook at night. These bastards are literally telling you to turn off. These bastards are telling you to pay for these home utilities, and now they tell you not even to use them. What the fuck? Come on, man. Come on. Since when has this ever been humane? Turn off lights and pool pumps, and avoid using large appliances such as ovens, washing machines, and dryers. That is inhumane as fuck. All they doing, man, is they getting y'all ready for these, like what they say, the famines of these biblical proportions, man. They getting y'all ready for this one world order shit. They getting y'all minds prepared for all these things, man. They getting you used to following the government, following exactly what they say, doing this what they say, doing it, man. Man. Anyways, we're gonna keep it going. Oh yeah, hold on. Okay. And that goes into, for then there shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of time, beginning of the world, Salakia, to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Right. And that's all that's going on right now, man. Like, we ain't seen no heat like this. I think it got the hottest it's ever been in Death Valley. It was like 217 degrees this year, though. That's like the hottest it's ever been in the United States of America, man. Don't believe me, look it up. Okay? And then we're going to jump down to verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Right. So who by just a thought, you know what I'm saying, on a matter of conclusion of who's ready to see the moon not showing or the stars not being in the sky. Ain't nobody really ready to see that. You know, you could in your mind you could tell yourself like, yeah, you know, I could expect, we know to expect that, but come on now, you go outside and you don't see no moon and stars. Who ready to see that? Ain't nobody ready to see that. That's why that's the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. His power is great, it's glorious, magnificent. You know what I'm saying? Because only he can do these things. Only Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, the Father and the Son of Man, can do these things. That's why he say he give his secrets to his servants to know these things before they happen. That's prophecy. That's what the book is all about. It's prophecy. Verse 30, and then shall appear the sight of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man, Yahushua, coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. 31, he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. So yeah, the world, how that Beirut baseball shit, the shot heard around the world, it's gonna be the trumpet heard around the world. Everybody gonna hear this. And what's gonna happen when that trumpet is heard? And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So all that Christian bullshit, everybody gonna be saved as long as you believe in the name. The name of what? You don't know Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Quit blaspheming that name, that Jesus word, that Jesus bullshit. Everybody ain't gonna be saved. You gotta know Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You gonna have to have very steadily, you know, held yourself in this truth. You know, followed out all the commandments to the best of your ability. You feel me? Everybody ain't gonna be saved, man. Quit that bullshit. Everybody ain't gonna have to go through the famines. We gonna get to that though. Just wait. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. I hate seeing bullshit and not being able to speak on it, but guess what? I'm able to speak on it because I know bullshit from a mile away. I'm just stuck on that. They said we can't turn off large appliances such as ovens, washing machines, and dryers. That's fucking crazy, man. How the fuck we gonna cook, eat, dry, wash clothes? The fuck we supposed to do? I'll tell you what we supposed to do though. I'll tell you as far as the leg, what we supposed to do. We gonna get to that though. Moving on to the next article. Talking to the Akims, John and Quran yesterday. You know, they edified me on the COVID Delta variant. Okay. They edified me on that. So I went and did the best thing I know to do. Studied to show thyself approved. Went ahead and researched that. Biden urged to take mental tests. Anyways, so don't disappear on me. All right. The coronavirus pandemic continues to wane in many parts of the U.S., but the spread of the highly contagious Delta variant among the unvaccinated, so quote unquote majority of the people in the world, could pose a new public health threat, warned President Joe Biden and the head of the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, which we know they all bullshit, and prevention on Friday during a coronavirus update. With the President Biden described the Delta variant as being more easily transmissible, potentially deadlier, and particularly dangerous for young people. Okay, first, when I could remember this when the pandemic virus, whatever the fuck you want to call it, first came out, they said the ones that would be affected the most was younger, were older, the elderly, and the youngers, the toddlers, you feel me, and babies. That's who they said that it affected the most starting off. Now you got a whole new so-called variant of this disease, and it says it could be more easily transmissible, potentially deadlier, and particularly dangerous for young people. So why is that? This is the whole agenda of we don't scare the elderly, we don't scare the people with the babies into getting they babies the shots and the elderly the shots, That's why they put Hank Aaron coon ass. He was on his deathbed anyway. He put him on a national standpoint, however you want to say, a national spotlight. Gave his ass a shot with a mask on and everything, and he died like the next day or something like that. Come on, man, quit that bullshit, man. Now they talking about younger people who are unvaccinated, as myself. I'm 20 years old. Hell no, I'd die before I get that shit. Now they saying that young people are on the national tracker and putting us on the spotlight of, oh, you're not vaccinated. Now it's particularly dangerous and deadly for younger people. While Biden took a moment to acknowledge the bright summer, and that's quotated on right here, bright summer that lies ahead for those who are vaccinated, he said there's cause for concern for people living in lower vaccination rates. And why is it quotated bright summer for those who are vaccinated? Because look at all the incentives that they give for people who are vaccinated. If you take Amazon, I see the little job alerts, $100 bonus if you vaccinated. What the fuck is $100? Talking about stimulus checks for people only eligible for people who are vaccinated. Unemployment benefits only eligible for people who are vaccinated. You got these little companies around here and shit, free meal on your first visit here if you're vaccinated, and all that bullshit. $10 off your next meal, your next visit for vaccinated. Best believe that type of shit gonna be coming along. Best believe that. All these little incentives and these little, you know what I'm saying, plus ups for the vaccinated. Not knowing all you doing is selling your soul deeply more into this confused ass Babylon. This whole confusion of Babylon. And I'm gonna close this out with this last sentence on this topic. Walensky said the higher transmissibility. You see all these big ass dumb words that they using? Transmissibility of the Delta variant will likely help make it to the dominant strain of COVID-19 in the U.S. in the near future. Not the far future, the near future. That's why when I was talking to the Occams, they said, I believe they said that Biden said that in the next 3 months. And that immediately, when I heard next 3 months from them, that clicked. Like, okay, it's June, July, August, September. Let me go ahead and prepare myself to expect what's coming in the next 3 months. July, August, and September. Okay? These are all things, though, these are all simple research things, man. And it's funny, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to move on with these scriptures, what these scriptures got to say. We're going to Genesis chapter 41, verse 31 and 32. And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following. Right. So we ain't going to see all these grocery stores stocked up, and Walmart and Aldi and H-E-B and all these grocery stores opening up. Like they just opened up H-E-Bs across Texas and all that. For it shall be very grievous. Oh yeah, it's going to get grievous. People going to grieve being able to shop, spend that $100, $150, $200, being able to go to them little Joe's Crab Shack and Red Lobster and all that bullshit ass abominated food. Y'all be throwing down your throat and shit. Waking up stomach cramps, waking up virus. That's the real virus. You're the real virus. Talking about some motherfucking COVID-19. Nah, fuck that. All these abominated foods and shit y'all be eating. Y'all the real virus out here spreading that bullshit, cooking that bullshit. That's the real viral pandemic you talking about. And for that dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read that. I'm going to go ahead and read Genesis 41, 31 to 32. Read it whole. And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous. And for that dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because the thing is established by the word. The Bible, it said God, but I'll reverse that with Yahweh, because God is the title. Established by Yahweh, and Yahweh will surely bring it to pass. Right. Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah, if you want to even be more technical, more respectful with it. And it says, for that dream was doubled into Pharaoh twice. Why is that? Because you have the ancient Egypt, and you have the spiritual Egypt, which we in now. Babylon, okay? Babylon back then, Babylon now. Babylon and the daughter of Babylon. Egypt, America. United States of America. Or Egypt, United States of America. You have Pharaoh, you got presidents. You see how that works? And on top of that, to even back that up with a precept, you go to Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So what was going on back then, it's going on now, except now it's going on even worse. Because, well, look how these precepts work. You double back into what it said, Matthew chapter 24 and 21. For then there shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Right. So we're going to see worse of the worst. We're going through that right now. Y'all, the masses don't know this shit. Lil Johnny and Lil John and Lil Chris and Lil... Y'all, they don't know that shit. Lil TT and CC and throwing that ass on Juneteenth at a park or something. They don't know this shit. They too busy turning up. They too busy going off. And this is what the electeds promise. We got one more article. Okay, well, I'm gonna bring this article out first, and then I'm gonna end it with the scripts. And this is from October 13, 2020. Even though this is a year old, don't look at it as old news. Look at it as news that was never brought to light. Okay, October 13, 2020. The disruptive impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic on the U.S. agricultural system, aka our food and water and drinks, snacks, dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever you want to call it, have been broad and varied, and they follow several years of trying production and market conditions for U.S. farmers. In 2017 and 2018, several hurricanes pummeled U.S. farms. 2019 brought historically poor planting conditions, and retaliatory tariffs cut potential for our agricultural exports compared to 2017. So this all happened in 5 years. Yeah. 4 years, 2021 now. 4 years. This year, which is 2020, but guess what? It only got worse in 2021. And I'm saying this year because this year it says it was made in 2020, so they speaking on 2020, but it's 2021 now. All right, don't get it confused. This year, farmers and consumers have been planning production and managing household budgets at a time when markets, food, commodity, labor, energy are being jolted by global, national, and regional shutdowns, slowdowns, and overall uncertainty. Right, that's what this whole global viral pandemic brought. Uncertainty in how long we be able to eat how we supposed to, how long we be able to have the water supply how we supposed to, how long we be able to, you know what I'm saying, daily life, perform the daily things in life, you know what I'm saying, how long we be able to do that. Those shocks to the U.S. and global economies have affected both the supply and demand for food in the U.S. and the rest of the world. See how they start with the U.S. first? Because the U.S., I ain't gonna say we control the world, but we off top, the most powerful, right? If you take out the U.S., you're taking out everything, you feel me? And global economies have affected both the supply and demand for food in the U.S. and the rest of the world, leading to short-term, localized shortages in the United States, particularly in livestock products like meat, while farmers had to deal with, for example, excess milk supplies in other areas. Right. COVID-19 pandemic not only triggered a new time of crisis for the farming sector, it also came at a tough time for U.S. farmers. Right, we're going to end that. We're going to end those topics. Close the laptop. So I'm basically just bringing out, you know what I'm saying, famines of biblical proportions, times that were not seen, as spoken into, not seen before, spoken into Matthew chapter 24. So we're gonna end that with this script, Job 5 and 20. This is speaking to the elect. We already talked about what's gonna happen to the unrighteous, how they gonna be fucked up with these famines and pestilences. And what should the elect expect? Job chapter 5 verse 20 to 22. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. You don't have to worry about going hungry, neither are we gonna have to worry about being killed in the war. This World War III that's coming, this nuclear war. Boom. 21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither thou shalt be afraid of destruction when it cometh. Right. 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither thou shalt be afraid of the beast of the field. In Job chapter 5, if you watching this, that's another good chapter to continue, because it's a lot in that chapter that I wanted to write down, but I just let you go explore that for yourself, edify for yourself. So Job chapter 5 and Matthew chapter 24, those are two very good chapters, you know what I'm saying? Edifying you on what's to come in this world, what to expect, and it's being part of its elect, what to expect being a part of the elect, what to expect for what's going to happen to the unrighteous, and what's going to happen to us elect, which are the righteous. Because Yahweh Shai says he has respect to his chosen. Secrets to his servants. He shows secrets to his servants. He has respect to his chosen. You know what I'm saying? So with that, we'll end this saying, you know, giving all glory, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to all the Akims and Aquas out there holding it down in the truth, doing what you know is right, edifying yourself on the things to come, endure to the end. Last shall be first, first shall be last. Endure to the end, you shall be saved. Hey man, y'all stay righteous as possible out there, man. Let's keep pushing, man. This is a fight. You're not by yourself, you know what I'm saying? You know you out here. We out here, man. Together is Israel. Israel strong, man. Shalom.